cat people, how are you today? I am Catlady Antigoni and today we are doing the palette tag. You probably have seen the video from other creators. I think the original idea was from Samantha March, but I really wanted to do this tag because I have so much love for my palettes and I want to share this love and have an opportunity to talk a little bit more about my palettes anyway. So, if you're interested to see my version for this video, just keep watching! My all-time favorite palette, here we have Kat Von D and Saint and Sinner. Of course it's this palette, like I learned makeup using this palette, but I really love this palette and no matter what I will have in my collection, I don't think that I will replace it with something because I have memories, like it's a great color scheme, great aesthetics, goth vibes people, and I think that it will be forever my favorite palette. Number 2 is about a new favorite palette of mine, and of course here we have the collaboration between Oud and Sai and Annette Ubrestad, a Norwegian YouTuber, makeup lover, like amazing work in this palette. Can you see the perfect color scheme, the dark vibes that this palette has, the duochrome? Oh my god, this duochrome is awesome. This duochrome is amazing and I'm sure that you have seen this palette a lot of times in my channel. So this decision might not be a huge surprise for you, but you know people, I really love this palette, so of course it's my new favorite. Number 3, a palette that you keep for the memories. I know that I haven't talked a lot about this palette at this channel because this is also quite old. So here we have a Heart Revolution Angel Heart. It's a quite used palette. I think it's the 3rd palette that I ever had in my collection. But this palette was like when I first understood the cruelty-free concept, understood how it works, and I wanted to be in this side, so I chose this one. I was looking for a burgundy, if I remember correctly, so this palette was perfect for back then. I have already finished that shade. This one has a huge haul. I don't think that I will ever get rid of this palette because it has so many memories. Like I was in a totally different phase in my life, totally different people, totally different experiences, and I really want this palette to remind me from where I started to where I am right now and how much progress I have done. Okay, question number 4 is about an underrated palette, and in my opinion this is a very underrated palette. So here we have Vixen from VE Cosmetics, and let's take a minute to appreciate all these reds and oranges with vegan formula. Do you know how difficult it is to create reds and oranges with vegan formula? Let me tell you, it's very difficult, and usually they end up being so-so, while these are great. I haven't seen a lot of reviews. Yeah, I know that VE is an indie brand basically, so I didn't expect to find that many reviews, but I have seen other indie brands with many reviews, and I feel that this palette, specifically this one, needs recognition. And actually VE Cosmetics donates an amount that they get from the sales of this palette to a very good cause. Actually they're giving the money to fight fox hunting, which is great in my opinion. Like even if you don't like the color scheme, the cause is great, so you need this palette in your life. Bonus, quality is top notch. Extra bonus, the aesthetics of VE Cosmetics. Have you seen how goth and witchy and dark they are? They are so perfect. Next question is about a not so favorite palette that I cannot get rid of, and here we have Morphe x James Charles. So let me show you the color scheme. Here we have it. Actually, I'm using this palette when I'm doing my body paints. It offers a huge variety of colors and I'm using them as, you know, as stoppers in order to make sure that I have full opacity at my colors. The reason that I don't like it, it's the quality is okay, but it's just okay. It's not stunning. And when I'm having stunning palettes, like I don't find any reason to go for this palette and use it at my eyes, for example. So it's just an okay palette. Next question is about our favorite collab. So here we have mine, and I think that it's not a surprise for you guys. So I have from Evelina Forsell the War Paint palette, and here is the color scheme. So we have a very clever palette, I would say, and I loved it so much. You can see 2 pans already, like wow. We have a rainbow scheme right here, these 6 colors, and then we have a highlighter, a black shadow, where with this you can deepen up everything and you can create literally every look that you want. And then this shadow right here, which can be used either A for a base for more intense colors, or B, as I'm using it, as a contouring shade, and that's perfect. Like, it's very cleverly made, and I love the way that it combines a rainbow, which makes me so happy, you know, I'm dying for rainbows, with something actually more useful. And I love the size, which is a mini size. It's not a bulky thick palette that you cannot carry easily. I love the quality. So all in all, I have used this palette a lot, so of course it needs to be at my favorites. Next we have the favorite palette from 2021. I know, of course, I have chosen pastels. I have used pastels so much. Can you see? 3 pans in this palette. To me, that was actually a palette that I bought because I just loved the rainbowish look of it, and I thought that I would never use it, but actually I used it a lot because that's a great palette if you wanna build your colors. Like, wow, oh my god, I have done even contourings with this palette. Like, if you are going for more colorful contourings, like me people, like, I don't want just a conventional contouring, sometimes I just want something more colorful, so I go for this shade, which is cold, and it's perfect for my skin tone. And basically, I don't know, I have used it a million times. It's my most used palette, so I think that it deserves the title of favorite palette of 2021. Next question is about a palette that I didn't expect to love, but in the end I love it. And of course here we have Sailor Moon x Colourpop. This palette has quite neutral colors, at least the majority of them. And as you can see me, I'm not that neutral person. I was talking with my friend Aphrodite and I was telling her, do I really want this palette? Like, I'm a big lover of Sailor Moon. I love everything that has to do with Sailor Moon, and you know, Luna and the cats and everything, like, you know that about me. And so I was like, look, I'm gonna get it as a birthday gift to you. Like, yay! Wow! I'm gonna put my hands on this palette. In the end, to be honest, I really loved this palette because it has that unique purple. It's very nice. And I used to have a purple like that, but I don't know, I finished it or something. So I was looking to buy a similar, and this is exactly the same, and I'm so happy about it. And also it has the most nice, you know, warm pink that I needed and I don't have in my collection. This was actually a great surprise for me. I liked this palette so much and I'm reaching for it all the time. Next, I have to talk about a palette that sparks joy to me, and for me this is it, Bragg Beauty Stay Wild palette. Actually, it's a quite new palette in my collection, that's why I haven't used it a lot, but let me tell you, like, it's amazing. Rainbow color scheme again, this time it's totally rainbowish. So if you see all the colors, like, we have pinks, we have reds, we have this amazing purple, we have blue and green, and the yellow. Like, what else can I ask for? I'm very happy with the quality, the blendability, the opacity, and it's actually the best palette in this category that I can imagine. Like, I don't feel that emotion with any other palette in my collection. Like, even the packaging is great. It has a pastel pink and then some purple. I mean, wow, they have done a great job, and I feel that I'm gonna use it a lot within 2022. And now it's time for the Greek word of the day. Actually, this time it was quite difficult for me to find a word to tell you because I don't know, I couldn't find anything that I haven't told you before. So I will go with the word for collection, since I'm taking palettes from my collection. So in Greek we say συλλογή. Say with me, συλλογή. Συλλογή. As always, I'm gonna ask you to try to write a comment down below using the word συλλογή, or actually telling me the word συλλογή in your own native language. Next question is about the newest palette in my collection. So for today, I chose this one right here. I think it's the last purchase that I have done. So this is from Linda Hallberry, the Spectral palette. It's a very nice palette. I actually have this color on my eyes today, so if you're curious about how is it performing, you can just look at my makeup. Let me tell you, it's amazing. Like, I haven't tried anything else from this palette. To begin with, I feel that it has a very luxurious packaging. I love it. The magnets are so strong, and I really feel like I have very high expectations for this palette, so I will update you very soon. Okay, let's move on to the last question. Actually, the question was about which was the first palette that you used in 2022. People, let me be honest with you, I didn't remember. So I had to check my Instagram here, and I found that this was the first makeup that I've done in 2022. So I used a combination of Evelina's For Sale palette and this one right here, the Utopia. Let me show it to you. Like, very nice bright pigments, all mattes, all wonderful. I've used this shade right here, it's called Bliss, and you can see it here at my Instagram picture. If you want to see more pictures of this photoshoot, you can always follow me on Instagram. It's gonna be Catlady Antigoni, I think, down here, as always. Right, editor? Right. Also, you can subscribe to this channel for more makeup looks, for more talking videos, and actually body paints, which in my opinion are the most exciting videos that I'm doing. Back to relevancy now, and let me tell you some things about Utopia from Beauty Bay. It's very weird because although that it has an amazing color scheme, like great color scheme, I don't reach for this palette. I don't know why. Maybe because I have other palettes in my mind when I want these colors specifically, but I see a great line, the Halcyon, the Eden here, the Chartreuse. So I don't know, it's so weird to me. I want to use it more. I will definitely try to use it more within 2022 and actually find what's happening in my mind that I don't reach for this palette. And that was it for today. I hope that you liked today's videos, and I definitely want your opinion down in the comments. First of all, about my choices, and secondly, what would be your choices, people? I'm so curious to listen about what do you like, why do you like it, and why would you put it in the list. If you actually like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Again, thank you so much for being here with me today. See you next time. Until then, bye bye!